Good morning, adventurers. How are you? Yes, yes, indeed. It is Cross the Pond. It is VATSIM Christmas, as I like to call it. Welcome and Merry Cross the Pond Day to you. Cross the Pond Eastbound, I guess I should specify, because the one thing about VATSIM Christmas is it comes twice a year. We do a westbound flight, transatlantic flight in the spring, and an eastbound transatlantic flight in the fall. And so this is the second edition of 2023's Cross the Pond offerings. It has been a difficult night sleeping for me, as Rob Valkyrie has already pointed out. Rob Valkyrie already in the air about 30 minutes ago. Kenny Monster departed about 2 hours ago. Yeah, and Rob Valkyrie pointed out, yeah. I wouldn't say, Rob, that I've been up since 3:30. I would say that I've been up and down basically all night. And I wish I could say that it was just the pure excitement of the Christmas morning feeling that kept me up. It wasn't that, unfortunately, but I think we'll be okay. We got plenty of. This is Red Bull number one of. Well, we'll see how many. Maybe we got to do an over/under bet to see what the total count ends up being for the day. However, don't let me say that Christmas morning feeling is not there. Because, the madness has definitely begun. If you look at the eastern and southern departure, the western and southern departures, where the aircraft have to get up and airborne earlier in the event in order to finish within the prescribed time. But yeah, Winnipeg has already launched its sortie there. We got Boston starting to send them away. 41 on the ground at Boston. JFK. 87 planes on the ground at JFK waiting to take off. Atlanta. 82 waiting to take off. Orlando has already launched a bunch. They've got 69 still on the ground. Nice. We got our Caribbean departures of San Juan, Punta Cana, and Princess Juliana, each launching its contingent. There's Bogota. Still only 8 on the ground there, but it looks like a number of its departures are already launched. And then down here we have, I forget which city in Brazil this was, but central Brazil. And they are launching their aircraft. Got a bunch going to Africa, Southern Africa, several going to Northern Africa, and I think there were some of these that were going to, let's see. Yeah, that one's going to Casablanca. I think most of these are going to Casablanca. I thought they had some that were also going, to, I don't know if that's an event aircraft. I think he might be, he departed from Buenos Aires going to London. He's going to hit some delays over there. But at any rate, it looks like we've got the event underway. Let's check in on Halifax. Only 8 on the ground so far at Halifax. They told us not to connect any more than 30 minutes prior to our wheels up time. My wheels up time is exactly 1 hour from now. I'm going to stretch that just a little bit and connect at the bottom of the hour. But it doesn't look like it's too crazy busy at Halifax at the moment, so hopefully we won't have any trouble getting ourselves a gate position. Matter of fact, what I might do. Rob departed from Bogota. There you go. I'm just starting to fill in the values of my planning spreadsheet. So let's bring SkyVector over here. We are going to let's start with this. We're going from Halifax to Vienna. That's our flight today. First of all, let's choose an alternate. And I'm going to choose a non-event alternate, just in case we end up having to divert. I want to divert somewhere where there's not going to be a ton of traffic. But let's choose something that's big. Prague, Prague, that's going to be a nice big airport. What's the runway length? 3,700 meters. If you multiply that by approximately 3, that's about a 12,000 foot runway there. So that'll be suitable as an alternate. Let's go ahead and figure out what the mileage is to our alternate, and then I'll show you how in my planning spreadsheet I'm going to cheat and have it make My reserves like way longer than that. 150 miles to our alternate, 150.3. So I'm going to fill that value in over here in my planning spreadsheet, 150.3. Guess I can show you this a little bit behind the scenes. So I already pasted the route in that I got from my email, and yes, the 3,226.1 was the mileage it came up with. So let's go ahead and show you that. And we should put our origin back to CYHZ. The 3,226. As a matter of fact, let's do that again. So let's show you. There's the straight line, 3169. But then when we paste the route in, that's our routing that we got from our across the pond booking dashboard. ctp.vatsim.net. You go back to that very same site that you went to vote for the airports, to register your interest, to choose your slot. Now you're going back to that to reconfirm your slot, and now you're going back a fifth time to get your routing information. So this is what we got. This is what we've pasted in, and it's 3,226.1. So I'll fill that in, and 150.3 miles to our alternate, and it's telling me it wants me to load 99,967 pounds of fuel, which is 44.7% of the fuel capacity of that aircraft. I'm going to give it an extra hour and a half of fuel. So what's 450 times 1.5, so 450 plus 225, so 675, and then add the 150. 675, 775. So I'm going to tell it that our alternate's 825. And we'll see that it's jumped up now to 128,000 pounds and 57.5% full. So that's how I'm going to do my fuel planning for this flight. Now, but the catch is that by doing that, I'm going to have accidentally told it. Go back to again, kind of a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff, my planning spreadsheet. And there's some stupid reminders on here, like, hey, remember to get a joke of the food that you're going to say we're serving today. So you'll see, and then, yeah, don't forget to raid somebody, which I used to put in there just because I would always forget, and I would just close the stream at the end. So, reminder, fetch a joke of the day regarding the in-flight meal. I've already done that, so we're already good. I'm ahead of the game a little bit. But you'll notice it has put 43.3 for reserves, and that is because it's calculating my reserve fuel based on this 825 mileage. So I'll know what to put. Sorry. So that I'll know what to put in as the real reserve value. Let's back that out, 150.3. So when we get to the FMC, 14.6 is going to be our reserve value. And I don't think it'll let me put it in here because I have that locked. Yeah, locked so I don't accidentally overtype formulas. Let's just 14.6. Let's just unlock it. Data. Is it review? Yeah. Unprotect. I'm going to just put 14.6 here just so I don't forget it. And then we'll go back and protect. But anyway, so now I can go back and we'll put that 800 and what did I say it was? 675, 8. I think I said 825. Yeah, 825. So that's gonna recalculate my starting fuel load, and it's gonna recalculate my reserves. But I'll know what to really put into the reserves because all I really need are the reserves to get to my my alternate. So, again, a little bit of behind the curtains view there of how I do some of my flight planning. For those of you who are new to the channel, by the way, I do have a tutorial on my YouTube channel. The link's on the lower left-hand side of your screen. That it's not how to build this entire 3 legs worth of a spreadsheet, but I at least give you how to put together a simplified version that's just a one leg that does all the same mathematics and can step you through how I come up with my flight time and fuel estimates. So if you ever want to see that, that's linked over on our YouTube channel. Link on that's going to be on the lower left-hand side of your screen in just a moment. And there's a playlist called VATSIM Tutorials, and you can feel free to check that. I will do my best. If I have to clear my throat, I'll do my best to hit the mute button on those. It's Gonax is with us. A320 Simmer has stopped in as well. Okay, well, I think I've got... I don't have any kind of idea what to put in as a gate assignment. When we get to Vienna, I believe they're going to tell us what gate to park at. The other thing I have off screen here is I got Navigraph desktop charts up. Normally when I fly, I use just the FAA's charts that you link for straight from SkyVector. But obviously we're flying outside the U.S. today, so we do need to have an international source for charts, and anytime I fly outside the U.S., it is definitely Navigraph desktop charts for me. There's only 10 aircraft on the ground at Halifax, but it's starting to get close to the time I said, the bottom of the hour, that we're going to load in and get ready to go there. I think I've got everything I need except for the gate assignments for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and load into the sim. It is the Kuro mod of the 787 that we will load into. 787-8. Let's switch aircraft into that. It's under Boeing. Captain Scientist is here. So Boeing 87-10. Here's the 787-8. And we are going to be in American livery today. Let's go ahead and select our origin, CYHZ, Halifax. I don't know that whether American Airlines even uses Halifax for real, so I'm not going to worry too much about a specific gate assignment. We'll see. You'll see what I'm going to do here with the gate in just a moment. Let's just choose that one. It looks like it's a nice and roomy one, and we'll go ahead and load in there. I don't know if I set it to real time. I often do not. I will affix the real time here in just a moment. We are going to fly in real time and real weather today. And Captain Scientist, that was a resubscription. 30 months of a subscription from Captain Scientist. Thank you so much for the continued support of the channel. Today we are doing our October raffle drawings as well. The subscriptions and the gift subs and the cheer bits and the donations all go to fund our monthly raffle drawings. We do at the end, toward the end of the month, I should say, every single month. And today is going to be our October drawing day. All right, so we are here. So before all right, first of all, let's go up here. Before I even connect to VATSIM, let's go and make sure we've got, it looks like we've got real weather, but let's make sure we do live time also. Okay, there we go. All right, a little wiggle of the flight controls. Let me make sure my levers are all in good starting position. All switches are down. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, we are good there. Jump up out of the aircraft. That Air Canada there is just a static model, I'm pretty sure, because we're not yet connected to VATSIM. I am going to connect first as an observer, just in case we're spawning in on top of somebody, and then we can either go back to the main menu and move, or I may be able to slew over to an unoccupied gate. But we will... we'll connect and see what happens. Okay, so we'll hit connect. Our call sign today, if no one else has taken it, AAL 514, American 514 Heavy. We're a B788. And the cell cal code I need to get from my booking screen. AEFM, Alpha Echo Foxtrot Mike, AEFM. Go ahead and connect. Oh, it does want the dash. Okay, good. Good news is nobody has taken that call sign. We got two on top of each other here, but the one is just a static in the scenery. It does not look like... Whoops. Well, first of all, I forgot to choose observer. Whoopsie. We will give it another couple minutes to make sure that nobody else... Sometimes you see somebody spawn in after you, right, like within a minute after you connect, and you're like, oh, this jerk just spawned in on top of me. Well, the reality is, he was there longer. He's it's just taking your sim that long to choose a plane and draw him. Does, however, look like nobody is here at this gate except us chickens. So I think we're okay. Now let me just double check. I'm going to come in nice and close and just make sure that there's not another plane underneath us. Look at the turbofans windmilling a little bit. That's kind of cool. Make sure there's not another plane underneath us that we can't see. It does indeed appear as though we have magically chosen an occupied gate. By the way, this is the Halifax Stanfield Airport that was available on Orbx, and we have an Orbx scenery at our destination as well. So should be very, very nice scenery at our origin and our destination. Hopefully, we'll be able to see some of it if this fog will lift a little bit. We might have to YOLO this a little bit, guys. We're just going to close our eyes and hit toga and pray for the best, right? Go ahead and get down here for the nice starting shot, though. This will be the thumbnail. We'll just ignore the fact that that Delta and Air Canada jet right next to us are kind of humping. But, yeah, and I gotta try and the camera. A little bit of frame rate issue here. I guess it's a pretty frame-heavy scenery, and of course there's a lot more aircraft here than we're used to. So hopefully that doesn't cause too many issues on our departure with frame rate problems and things like that. All right, well, there's our starting thumbnail, guys. Or maybe I'll look for a starting thumbnail that shows the name of the airport. There we go. There we are. Okay, very good. Well, we are connected to VATSIM, I suppose. I'm going to close my landing rate monitor and reopen it, because sometimes if you don't open it last, does that thing where it won't detect the landing, but it is now closed and reconnected. Why am I not flying the Dash 9? Because I like flying planes that I've had a little practice in, and I don't trust planes that are brand new release the day before that I haven't had any a chance to test and make sure is working properly. C-Plop, welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. Yeah, I know that dropped yesterday, but there's no way I'm flying a plane across the pond that just dropped 24 hours before. Absolutely not. Not even 24. 12 hours before. Well, it's 24 hours. But yeah, there's no way in heck I'm doing that. All right, so we got sufficient screenshotage here for anybody who wants to grab on it and show our starting location. I think that's nice view. Let's go ahead and get into the aircraft. The next thing to do, I think, is going to be, like I said, to go ahead and file our flight plan, get them started looking at it, and that's going to go here. We are definitely not VFR today. We are going to be CYHZ to LOWW. Our alternate, as I suggested, go back to my one nice thing about my planning page is it comes in right in here in the very order that it plugs in, so I can read right down and just fill in as I go. Alternate airport was, what we say, Prague. Departure time 13:14. Time en route 6:47. Oh, let's put in the timing. Didn't put that. 13:14, so 6:47. Fuel available. We got a little bit extra. 11:41. We're gonna cruise at 500 knots. 37,000 feet is what I put in for our cruise. We got 360 is what we put in for what we got for oceanic. So I think what we'll do is we'll start at 350, we'll get stepped up to 360 for our oceanic, and then maybe we'll do 370 on our oceanic exit. So that'll be our plan there. And then here's the route that I already showed you. We'll paste it in here as well, except instead of these points here, we're going to delete out those points. And we're going to put Nat N, because that's our track, November. Fictional track. What do we want to put in the remarks? I think that was it. Not slant alpha. We are slant Lima. And we are heavy today. Is that amount of fuel kosher with the max landing weight? That's a good question. I don't know. All right. Are filed. It is 8:30. 45 minutes to wheels up. Let's take a moment and just read through the briefing here. Just some nice welcome notes and warning about they wanted 30 minutes prior to slotted takeoff, so I'm stretching that to 45. So my apologies in advance. Doesn't look like it's too crowded here, so I think we're okay. Just some information on the runways. Where did we end up? I think we're at maybe this gate up here. 26 is maybe where it looks like. I'll double check, see if it's marked. Okay, so we should be waiting for our pre-departure clearance. If we don't get it, we can check in on 2395. Does look like 2395 is staffed. So far, so good. Oh, matter of fact, we're supposed to send them a private message requesting a PDC. Okay, let's do that. And it's two on the same frequency, actually, but they want us to message that one, not the one. That's probably their assistant. So we'll open the private chat. Go ahead and send that over there. We will see something like that when we receive it. So we do need to figure out what gate we're at, because we'll need to call for that when we are ready to push. Who are we going to call to push? $21.9, okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, very good. So that's done. So we'll call 21.9 for our push. Remember, don't delete that tab. No matter what you filled in or what you've put into your planning spreadsheet or your FMC, do not delete this until you're airborne. It's information Bravo. 1 statute mile. We got the better than 6,000 foot visibility, runway visual range. That's on 23, and then that's on 14, saying the same. Mist, overcast, 200, 29.86. All right. So far, so good, guys. So we'll call in for our push on ground. Ground should be issuing a frequency change. If your ground is busy and you get up to number 2, go ahead and monitor tower. Departure is going to be on 19.2, it says. Let's double check that frequency. 19.2 is staffed. It is the Halifax 4 departure, and we did file that as part of our route. CYHZ-4. Yep. Okay, don't turn on course until directed. Alright, very good. Alright, so we did pick up one very useful tidbit there, which was to message the controller for our PDC request. It looks like we're at gate 24, according to that. Stand 24, if you want to call it that. And again, for those of you joining late, these guys aren't on top of each other. This Air Canada one is just a static. It's not really, I guess it probably doesn't exist in this Delta guy's scenery. Either that or he's okay being on top of him. Alright, let's go ahead and start firing up the airplane, guys. How do you feel about that? One last thing I'm going to do real quick before we even do that. Let's go ahead and just get our charts all sorted out and ready to go. Taxi stand. Alright, yeah, taxi chart is there. We can pin that. And then our SID is the Halifax 4. We didn't need that necessarily. Just go to the regular one. Okay. So there's not really too much to that. It's basically runway heading. Maintain 5,000. Okay. Lost comms procedure there, so nothing that we really need. So a fairly simple departure procedure, but the key thing is to maintain that runway heading until you're told. And we're at 24. And yeah, we're kind of on this north end, kind of near Taxiway Hotel. Don't think we need that one. We'll just know that we're up there near hotel. Doesn't look very slant alpha. No, it does not, Mr. Cessna. How are you, sir? So we're stand 24, and then what was the other thing we needed to know? Put that in my planning spreadsheet. Oh, initial altitude is 5,000. And squawk code is departure runway is 23. Squawk code is 4313. Departure frequency is, we already figured out, 119 too. Okay, so I got all that pertinent data filled in. And again, the way my planning spreadsheet works is I fill in all that here from my clearance, and then when I get over to the tab of my aircraft page, all these little reminders populate in at the appropriate points in the checklist, or the flow list, really. All right, so far so good, guys. So far so good. Oh, Mr. Cessna just passed your S2 exam. Now you got to wait forever to get trained. Yeah, it does take some time. The training queues across VAT USA are still pretty backed up. But it is worth it. It's worth the wait. All right, let's go ahead and bring ourselves up to the top of the flow list and get ready to fire this airplane up. We're getting down to just over a half an hour prior to our pushback time, so let's get going. All right, levers down, spoiler levers up. The other levers are out of the way. Let's go ahead and set our fuel and payload. Put it into pounds. Our fuel, as we said, was 57.5%. So I'm just going to call that 58%. The total fuel should be 128.6, and it's got 129.7. Okay, that's good. And maybe we'll back up the percent. We'll just go a little bit down. 127.4. That's at 128.6. Okay, so that's close enough. Payload for 200 passengers is we'll say 52,000 pounds, and that's 47.6. We'll call it 48. So payload 53,000 pounds. Okay, good. We are set. We're ready. On the upper panel, ground power is available, so we may start. Battery switch comes on. External power, 1, 2, 3. Flight deck door power on. Emergency lights are... I can get to the switch here. Oh, they already were armed and guarded, okay. Yeah, we are a little frame ratey today, huh? Alright, well that'll dissipate once we get... Oops. That frame rate issue will dissipate once we get further away from the airport, so I'm not too worried about it for now. IRS knobs on, hydraulic knobs, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come on. There we are. Nav lights can come on. Whoops. Logo lights can come on. The packs can go to auto. And the recirc fans can go to on. Flight plan has been filed. The ATIS has been retrieved. It was information Bravo. Let's do it again just to make sure that it hasn't updated since then. Oh, it has. It's now information Charlie. Visibility is getting slightly better. 2.5 miles now, broken at 300. Temps 13, 2986 is now the altimeter, and we are still going to be on runway 23. Charlie on board. We got Charlie on board. Hey, Charlie. Alright, we go to the front panel. Front panel, there we go. We'll get our altimeter set, 29, what did I say it was, 86? 2986 is correct. Field elevation at our origin is 477 feet, and that's very close to what we're showing, so that's good. And we have a... I never did figure out how to switch this into inches of mercury, so I'm not going to worry about it. Actually, maybe if we just click it. No? Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about it then. We'll just leave that in standard. Alright. Altimeter set, field elevation verified. Let's go ahead down to our center pedestal.
9515 ready for that.
We'll put this into our
9515, hold position.
transponder.
Needs to get out before you. Holding position behind the Lufthansa Marble 9515.
And let's go into
Delta
VHF
145 ready
radios.
taxi.
I gotta be careful.
Runway 23,
So this is how you switch from 1 to 2 from transmit and receive. This is just how you switch which one you're manipulating. So I've got to be really careful about that. I was consistently screwing that up before. But on COM 2, we'll put our Ground frequency 21.9. Transfer that in, and we'll transmit and receive on COM 2. And then COM 1, we'll go to our tower frequency, which is 18.4. So we'll switch from 18.4 there, and we'll swap that in. And then our departure frequency is 119.2. Okay, so when we switch from ground to tower, we'll be on 18.4, and then we'll be one click away from switching to 19.2 for departure. Okay, so we're back on 2 and 2.
Halifax ground, fraction 1 Tango Mike, ready for taxi.
COM 2, 121.9.
Fraction 1 Tango Mike, runway 23, altimeter 2986,
What we're
taxi,
hearing.
apron 1, hotel, runway
Okay.
14, Lima, hold short of 23.
So that's done. We already have received our IFR
Taxi
clearance.
apron 1,
Our squawk
hotel,
code was
runway 14,
4313.
Lima, hold short of 23, fraction 1 Tango Mike.
Lufthansa 4 Kilo Whiskey, are you ready to go?
And we'll go ahead and get our mode Charlie active.
A
Okay.
half minute, please.
Wind tank is here. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. All right, squawk set, transponder mode set. Let's go ahead and jump up to the FMC and start getting ready to go here. We got current data. We'll initialize our position. I think we need to actually, yeah, let's clear that out. I think we do need to put in
Halifax ground, good day. Ocean 7 flight power stand number 14, information Charlie on board the weak press pushback.
HZ there.
Ocean
Okay,
75
now-
Bravo, Halifax ground, hold position.
Hold position, Ocean 7 white Bravo.
Okay, that's fine. GPS position is very close to what it's indicating as
Lufthansa 4
our
Kilo Whiskey, runway
current,
23,
so
altimeter
we'll just do that.
2986, taxi, apron 1, Golf, Foxtrot, Lima, cross runway 14.
That's the position
hold short, runway 23.
initialization's done. Let's go to the route.
Lufthansa 4 Kilo Whiskey, please send the departure, the taxi route in text, sorry.
Roger, standby 1.
We're going to LOWW. We are going to depart on 4.
Delta 145,
Runway
contact
23.
tower 118.4.
Put that in the route.
18.4, we'll talk to you later, Delta
Go to the
145.
next page.
509515, runway 23, altimeter 2986, taxi,
IGTAS.
apron 1, Golf, Foxtrot, Lima, cross runway 14, hold short runway 23.
Bravo 9515, taxi
that's
runway
no
23
top.
via apron 1, Golf, Foxtrot, Lima, cross 14 and hold short runway 23.
Right. Exec.
And it's
Jet.
USAC
Exec
and
jet
USAK.
804, thanks to your patience. Behind the A320, follow them for runway 23.
Follow the A320 to runway 23.
So now here's where I'm going to have to figure out 49 north, 050 west. I'm not sure if this is the right format. Okay, so we gotta look that up. Kuro mod oceanic waypoint format, or we'll have to.
Jet, correction, fraction 1, Tango Mike, contact tower 118.4.
Roger tower 118.4, friction 1 Tango Mike.
Remember, there was a question about this. Somebody messaged me and was asking, and I can't remember who it was. Okay, here it is. So we gotta back this out. So the number first, the North 49. I'm sorry, the letter first. Then West 050. Okay, good, we're fine. The North 49, West 50. North 50, West 40. North 51, West 30. North 51, West 20.
Lufthansa 4 Kilo Whiskey, contact tower 118.4.
Back up.
Good day.
49, 4950, 5040, 5130, 5120. Okay, and that's it. Adara is the next one.
Marlboro 9515, monitor tower 118.4. They will call you.
Monitor racing for Marlboro 9515.
Lekva, Lekva.
Check 804, monitor tower 118.4. They'll call you.
Monitor 184, check 804. Thanks for the service. Have a great event.
Thanks, you too.
Irvin, EV, or Evrin, EVRIN. EVRIN. Jetz, JETZI. Oglen, excuse me, OGL. Couldn't get to the mute button, but figured I'd at least try and get away from the mic a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Oglen, Oglen, OGLUN. Pawsey, CAWZE. Siric, SIRIC. Okay. From Siric, then it's direct Papa 2 airway. Papa 2 in there. DVR.
Good evening, ground Vienna 312, ready for push and
It's
start.
Uniform Lima Niner.
Vienna 312, Halifax ground, cleared to push and start. Nose facing south, call ready for taxi.
Push and start approved, facing south for Vienna 312, and I'll call you when ready for taxi.
Conan, K-O-N-A-N.
Ocean 7 by Bravo, also ready for push and start.
Ocean 75 Bravo,
And then it's
Halifax ground, cleared to push and
607.
start. Nose facing north, call ready for taxi.
Push and start approved, facing north, call for taxi. Ocean 7 by Bravo.
Ocean 75 Bravo, my apologies, I completely forgot.
Okay.
No problem at all. Ocean 7 by Bravo.
And then Pites, P-I-T-E-S. And then Banux, B-A-N-U-X.
ground, Super 23.
Vekir, V-E-K-I-R.
Super 23, Halifax ground, hello, runway 23, altimeter 2986, taxi Alpha, apron 1, Golf,
M-A-H.
Foxtrot, Lima, ground runway 14, hold short runway 23.
We're going to be on north.
Runway 23, via Alpha, apron 1, Golf, Foxtrot, Lima, hold. Question
That's a good question. I don't know which one of those. North 48, I would imagine,
Right.
yeah. North 48, East 11, not East 49. Let's look. Which one do we mean? That one there. It's called My Sock. So yeah, that first one. My Sock, and then Inpul, I-N-P-U-L. We only got two more, guys. We're almost there. I-N-P-U-L. Apocalypse, please, is here. Okay, actually, double click the I there. I-N-P-U-L. And Nemal, N-E-M-A-L. That's the last one. At that point, we'll be assigned some sort of a star into Vienna from Nemal, but we don't know what that is right now. Yeah, so we know that we were 48 and 11 on that last one, so this has got to be pretty close to that. 47 and 13. That's got to be that one there. And we will activate and execute. Performance initialization. Zero fuel weight, we will calculate. We'll just double click. It'll put in there for us. Reserves, as I said, 14.6. Even though we've added a bunch of reserves, we want to allow it to eat into those extra reserves, and that's why I had said.
23, hold short at Delta.
Again, behind the curtain. We had added a bunch of reserves artificially just to put a bunch of extra fuel, about an hour and a half of extra fuel, but the original number was 14.6. So that's what I'm going to put in here. The reason is I don't want it to yell at me as far as insufficient fuel until we get down below 14.6. So that's why I did that there. Cruise altitude, we're going to start with 35,000. Cost index, I'm just going to put in as 74 because why not? I think I better double check. What did I get cleared at as my initial? 35? 350, yes, okay. 350 is our initial cruise, and then 36 by the time we get entered into Oceanic. Alright, so we should be good there. For thrust limits, I'm just going to use the full amount. I'm going to do a flaps 5 takeoff. Go ahead and populate in the V-speeds. 161. And we should be good there. Center of gravity. The 6.5 is our trim.
It was blocked.
And station calling ground, say again.
Ocean 75 Bravo for taxi.
Ocean 75 Bravo, runway 23.
Alright, I am going to go into the fixed page here.
Foxtrot,
We're going to put our destination, LOWW. I'm going to put in a 4-mile fix
April 1, Golf, Foxtrot, Lima, course runway
ring and a 10-mile fixed ring. These reference rings help us see the airport on the nav display, but also...
behind the A330 and apron 1. Roger, behind the A330.
That doesn't look like they're populating in. That's okay. Well, we'll see what happens. But should help us see the airport and also kind of know when we should begin deploying flaps and gear for arrival, and should be fully configured for arrival. Alright, so that's done. V2 was what now? 161, I believe it was. Yeah, 161 and 6.5.
And ground, good morning, Air Canada 23 X-ray is at stand 27 Alpha.
161.
We got information, Charlie, and the identifier is 23 Alpha, ready for push and start.
Air Canada 23 X-ray,
heading off
Halifax
of-
ground, cleared to push and start, nose facing
23 is 233.
Roger, approved facing east, and we'll call ready, Air Canada 23 X-ray.
If I can do this way, yeah. 233. Alright, initial altitude 5,000. Make sure we set our bank angle to 25. What the Kuro mod recommends, at least. Auto throttle can be armed. Flight directors can be on. VNAV can be armed, and we will be in heading hold mode at first. Let's make sure all appropriate modes are active on the primary flight display. Let's go ahead and get traffic rings there. Map range. Let's
Ocean
flip
75
the
Bravo, contact tower,
ECAS over to the
118.4,
flip the ECAS over to the other side,
Contact tower 118 for Ocean 75 Bravo. Have a good one. Goodbye.
and we'll set the range up just a little higher.
Beeper 23, monitor tower 118.4, they'll call you.
Monitor tower, Super 23, good morning.
Okay, there's our first points.
Halifax ground, 658 at
Auto brake can be set to RTO.
I'm sorry, station calling, can you say the identifier again?
Okay. Supposed to be calling for push 1 minute from now. We're going to be a couple minutes late. Let's get the APU on and started. Window heat can come on.
Walker 1658, Halifax ground, hello, push and start, nose
So real
facing
quick.
south, call roof taxi.
Real quick weather briefing for our departure.
We'll call taxi 658.
Vienna 312, ready for taxi.
Tenure 312, just got word that your departure time is scheduled for 13250, so we're going to have to hold you on the ground here for a little bit.
Okay.
Runway 23, altimeter 2986, taxi apron 1, Golf Foxtrot, hold short of 14.
Greetings from the cockpit and welcome aboard American Flight 514 with service to Vienna. We are looking to push back from the gate here in just a few moments, expecting to be wheels up about quarter after the hour. We might be about 5 or 10 minutes late, but we will get airborne as close to that as possible. Flight time once we're airborne, scheduled to be 6 hours, 47 minutes. We'll be cruising initially at 35,000 feet, maybe as high as 37,000 feet later in the flight. Departure weather here at our origin, very, very foggy today, and we got some gusty winds east of our location, so we might have some bumps and bruises as we make our way up into our cruise, but we hope to be above that weather in fairly short order. Hopefully smooth sailing once we get going. We will give you an update once we get up to our cruise altitude on that, and we hope that you sit back and relax and enjoy the flight here. Thank you again for flying with us on American Airlines.
Halifax ground, Walker 3273 with Charlie, gate number 3273
Go ahead
Alpha.
and plan our push.
Walker 3273, Halifax ground, hello, read back is correct, you ready to push?
That out of the way.
Affirmative.
Walker 3273, pushback is approved, face
And we're gonna
north
just,
and call rate taxi.
Facing north, call
Just
for
push
taxi. Walker
straight back to the
3273.
intersection, and we'll pivot into position as needed. Accept that, and we'll go ahead and request our pushback. Now, of course, we're not going to start moving until we release the brakes.
Ground Air Canada 23 X-ray, ready for taxi.
Air Canada 23 X-ray, runway 23, altimeter 2986, taxi apron 1, hotel,
Up top,
runway
we'll get
14,
the fuel pumps all on.
Lima, hold short 23.
Apron 1 Hotel, runway 14, Lima, hold short 23, and copy 2986, Air Canada 23 X-ray.
The beacon light can come on. seatbelt lights can come on. That's right there. Take a peek outside. See anything behind us. We have one behind us. We should be getting ready to move here. Halifax Ground American 514 Heavy, stand 24, and identifier is, I believe it's 514 Alpha. We're ready to push.
American 514, Halifax Ground, clear to push and start, nose facing south, call ready for taxi.
All right, we'll push and start facing south and call to taxi, American 514 Heavy.
Yeah, it's the plan to push the
Okay, I think we'll be fine.
312, are you able to pull ahead,
go ahead and,
to the left onto apron 1 there?
Release our parking brake and do the hold.
Head to 11 o'clock.
And we will start our number 2.
Yeah, sure, for Finnair 312.
312, thanks. Yes, if you can pull as far as you can over to the left on apron 1, that'd be appreciated.
And get the fuel in. Don't have to wait. This is kind of an auto start system. We don't have to wait for that.
With you on Charlie for the date.
Air 600 Halifax Ground, hello, taxi Alpha and Delta.
Alpha and Delta, Air Canada 600.
Air Canada 23 X-ray, monitor tower 118.4, they'll call you.
Well, monitor tower, thank you very much. Enjoy the event, Air Canada 23 X-ray, bye.
Thanks, you too.
Still in auto start. Should be changing to running mode here in just a moment.
Kuro, good morning, Air France 291 Romeo, gate 291 Alpha, information Delta, request push and start.
Air France 291 Romeo, Halifax Ground.
Okay, listed as running. Let's go ahead up to the top.
Facing east, call ready for taxi.
Facing east, call to taxi, Air France 291 Romeo.
Yeah, we don't need to wait. We can put the fuel lever up.
Air 312, perfect, that looks great, thank you.
Yeah, no problem for Finnair 312.
Alright, there we are. We are pushed and ready, guys. Parking brake's back on. We're waiting for the engine startup sequence to finish.
United 261, confirm squawking mode Charlie 4320.
Kuro Charlie 4320, United 261.
Once we get into running, we'll shut the APU off.
Do
our flight control check.
Walker 1650, stand by.
Alright, it is listed as running. We are good. Get the APU off, the engine
Ground Walker
anti-ice
3273, ready to taxi. Runway 23.
auto.
Walker 3273, stand by 1.
The wing anti-ice should have been set to
1658
auto.
to
I might
runway
have missed
23,
that.
altimeter 2986, taxi apron 3,
Go
Alpha.
back to our flight control check.
Apron 1, Golf, Foxtrot, Lima, cross runway 14, hold short of
Go
23.
system, flight control.
Repeat that 1 second for me.
Actually, Walker 1658, runway 23, altimeter 2986, taxi apron 3, Alpha, hold short of Delta.
Apron 3 Alpha, hold short of Delta.
Put that into fuel.
Walker 3273, runway 23, altimeter 2986, taxi Alpha, apron 1.
Laps 5, set and
Actually,
deploying.
Walker 3273, taxi Alpha, hold short of apron 1.
Taxi Alpha, hold short apron 1, and Walker 3273.
United 261, taxi.
United 261, runway 23, altimeter 2986, taxi apron 1,
Right, flap set, trim set. Now that's to
Lima.
6.5.
Cross runway 14, hold short runway 23.
Contact runway 23, apron 1, Golf 4 star, Lima, cross runway 14, hold short runway 23,
Your weather radar can come on. Still very, very
3273, continue taxi, apron 1, Golf, Foxtrot, Lima.
frame
runway
ratey.
14,
Well,
hold
hopefully
short
that's
runway
not going to
23.
cause any issues here.
Ground Walker 3273, I'm having troubles with my simulator. I think I'm going to have to disconnect. The
Yeah, an
the
RA
plane will
is
not
set.
move.
Walker 3273, roger, and if you would like to reconnect at a gate, by all means, go ahead.
Taxi light is
Roger that, thanks.
Ground, good morning, United 1233.
Yeah, 12, 1283, Halifax, good day.
We're 10 minutes from our push at 10:30.
taxi light is on.
Charlie.
United 1283, roger, reback approved.
Come on, where's my mouse cursor?
That's right, United 1283, were you looking for push, or are you just giving a heads up?
Yeah, just giving you a heads
We're up here by
we'll
hotel.
be ready for push in 5
We're
minutes,
going to
and I'll hold on
2-3,
to
so
the
I
line for
expect we're going to be Golf, Foxtrot, Lima, I would
at this
expect.
point are minimal for United 1283.
Roger, we'll call you in 5 minutes. 1283, thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, parking brake
United
is off.
261, contact tower 118.4, good day.
Tower 118.4.
Alright guys, we ready?
On a 600, continue taxi, apron 1, gate.
Let's check our
Apron 1
ATIS
gate
information.
there, 600.
Just now Delta,
Ready taxi, Air France 291 Romeo.
2986.
Air France 291 Romeo, runway 23,
123.
altimeter 2986, taxi apron 1, hotel, runway 14, Lima, hold short 23.
2986, taxi, runway 23, hotel, 14, Lima, holding point runway 23. Air France 291 Romeo.
Halifax, Ground American 514 Heavy with information Delta. We're ready to taxi off stand 24.
American 514, runway 23, altimeter 2986, behind the Air France 330, taxi apron 1, hotel, runway 14, Lima, hold short 23.
Alright, apron 1, hotel, runway 14, Lima, hold short 23. We'll follow Air France, American 514 Heavy. Tails to our right. Alright guys, we're underway. Alpha Kilo Lima's here. How are you? Welcome. So hotel. We're going to go right on to runway 14. And then left onto the next left onto Lima. Our wheels up time is exactly now, but I think we'll be off pretty promptly. Not doing too bad if we're taxiing out. Yeah, that's one thing I did not do.
Air France 291 Romeo, contact tower 118.4, see ya.
118 for Air France 291 Romeo. Thank you, bye.
Okay, brakes are
Walker
checked.
1658, continue taxi, apron 1, Golf, Foxtrot, Lima, cross runway 14.
Yeah, frames will get better once we get away from the airport environment. I guess it's this Orbx scenery that's just a little heavier than I expected it to be.
One Golf, Foxtrot, Lima,
The
and
brakes are
runway
checked.
14 or 23.
23 for Walker 1658, hold short 23.
23, Roger, 1658.
Go ahead and get the taxi light off up here. And let's go ahead, and we're number 2, so let's go ahead and just get the cabin crew alerted.
American 514, monitor tower 118.4, they'll call you.
Hi, we'll monitor 18-4, American 514 Heavy. We'll see you. Thanks for the service.
Excellent.
Alright, guys. Here we are. So, takeoff time 2 minutes ago, but we are holding short of the departure runway. That's not too bad. And certainly that delay was not on Halifax. That was on me. One undocumented checklist item to get to. Finally. This is number 1, and I don't know what the, what's the over-under on Red Bulls today? 5.5? We'll say 5.5. You guys taking the over or the under on that? I'll tell you what, I'll take it back. We'll set the over-under at 4.5.
Air France 291 Romeo, when airborne, contact terminal on 119.2. The winds are 2207, clear for takeoff, runway 23, or 1.
When airborne, contact 119.2, clear for takeoff, runway 23, Air France.
Taking the over?
Romeo.
If I'm setting, and again, setting the, setting the over-under at 4.5. A320 Simmer's taking the over.
American 514, Halifax Tower, line up and wait, runway 23.
Alright, line up and wait, 23, American 514 Heavy. Alright guys, well, we're taking the runway. Those strobes come on. Forward-facing lights don't come on until we have takeoff clearance. Nobody coming. Aircraft ahead is airborne. Alignment's not too bad. We can fix some minor issue on the rollout, but I think we're okay there. And moving the throttle levers does kick the auto throttle off, so I'm not going to do the 40% spool up before I engage toga. I'm just going to engage toga right away. (19.2) is indeed set, so we'll just need to hit the one button for our departure controller. We got 233 set in the heading. Heading select is on. I'm rolling a little bit. Guys ready? That's what it's going to look like. As soon as we get airborne, we're going to have to come up with a...
American 514 Heavy, when airborne, contact terminal on 119.2. The winds are 2207, clear for takeoff, runway 23.
Alright, clear takeoff runway 23, and we'll contact 19.2 when airborne, American 514 Heavy. See ya.
See ya.
Taxi, turn off, landing lights, all on. Go to toga.
Walker 1658, line up and wait, runway 23.
658, line up and wait 23.
Away we go, guys. Fingers crossed. Alright, airspeed is alive. Forward pressure on the yoke. 80 knots achieves. Rotate's coming. And this thing is heavy. Here, coming up. Autopilot engaged. Feet, flaps coming in. Halifax departure, American 514 Heavies, 2,400 going to 5.
American 514 Heavy, Halifax departure identified. Turn left, heading 105.
It's an entirely different kind of flying, altogether.
It's an entirely different kind of
heading
flying.
105, if I heard you correctly, and flight level 280.
American 514, that's correct.
Alright, 105 and 280, American 514 Heavy.
United 261, we've got no further ATC online for the moment. Surveillance service terminates. You can change en route. Flight level 280 is your final. See you later.
Over to unit call unit, just for the way.
Ready.
American 514, continue to the left turn, direct IGTAS on course.
Alright, direct IGTAS and then on course, American 514 Heavy. Alright, I'm going to just do that via the heading bug for now, but then we'll get that connected up in the FMC. Yeah, frame rates are looking a little better now that we're away from the airport. So it's Orbx scenery and a little frame heavy for my GPU, I suppose. Go to the legs page, we'll go IGTAS and execute. IGTAS there maybe, and execute. Okay, there we go, and then we'll go ahead and put it into LNAV mode. There we are, climbing out from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Alright, coming up through 10. Go ahead and get our forward-facing lights off. Oh, frame rate's much better now. Yeah, it's just the airport, really. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Forward-facing lights all off. Yeah, that's much better. And we're going to let the cabin crew know that we're through 10. Now that speed's going to come up. Increase the range here, I think. There's no top hour entry. The Muzak is our entry.
Halifax approach, Walker 1658 with you passenger 3000.
Walker 1658 Heavy, Halifax departure, turn left, heading 105, climb flight level 280.
That's heading 105, climb flight level. Is your good flight level?
Walker 1658, flight level 280.
Okay.
280, 1658.
Air France 291 Romeo.
514 miles to
132.7. Good day.
494 miles.
Romeo. France 291 Romeo, 132.7.
132.7, Air France 291 Romeo.
So 493 miles. So our ETA basically 1 hour to exact.
105, we're just getting this plugged in real quick.
Okay.
They want us to put our clearance request in 30 minutes prior to oceanic entry. We got 440 miles to go to it, so we're okay. We can definitely start filling out that. That's what it looks like so far. Wow, guys, wow.
Walker 1658, clear direct to no top on course.
Clear direct, no tap on course 1658.
Yeah, Rob Walker, he's in the southern Atlantic, not going to need an oceanic clearance. We will be in that North Atlantic airspace, so we will be doing that NAT track site for our oceanic clearance. We will show you guys that process when we get to that point. Happy Cross the Pond Day. Damn, says Wintech. Yeah, exactly. Any of you who have not ever been a part of this net and you wondered why they're so strict about only people with slots do this, please. Yeah, this is why. Traffic up ahead of us here. All right, let's get the NatTrack website up. Let's at least start filling out that process. And we know. Nothing on their docs, by the way. Nothing on there that you didn't already know. Alright, 30 minutes prior to oceanic entry. Okay, we got that. 350. Let's see, what is our max flight level? Oh, we can go ahead and switch over to standard pressure, by the way. If we go to our DNAV page, so we can go 396 here. So we'll tell it we can do 390.
American 514, contact Moncton 1327.
All right, 327, American 514 Heavy. We'll see you.
It's 9231 Heavy, flight level 310, inbound Alex.
Vienna Airlines 9231 Moncton Center, good morning, sir. Welcome aboard.
All right, we'll come back to that. Moncton Center, American 514 Heavies, flight level 231, going to 280.
American 514 Moncton Center, good morning, sir. You can continue on course, climb flight level 350.
On course and flight level 350, American 514 Heavy. All right, up we go. So that's been probably the smoothest across-the-pond departure I've ever done. Coming out of Dublin in the spring, man, I was a mess. I had no idea where I was going. Taxiway diagram was very, very confusing over there. I got tripped up, like the pushback didn't work, and I was flustered by that, and then from there on it just went to train wreck from that point. But this one, very, very smooth. Fingers crossed. I guess my glitch for the mission, as they said in Apollo 13, my glitch for the mission hasn't happened yet. Anyway, so the flight management computer says we could do up to 390, which is nice. I think this is the Dreamliners. These suckers can move. What do we want as far as our cruise Mach? Let's go back to that VNAV page, 833. Digits only. We'll just call it 083. We're requesting via Nat N Muzak, right? Current TMI, that's 301, I'm pretty sure.
November, Bravo, Tango 1, not a problem, sir. Break, lift time.
Yep, 301 up there.
1 Mike Tango, contact center 132.3, good day.
Lufthansa 1 Mike Tango, over to center
let's say,
132.3, bye-bye.
Hello from Slant Alpha Ventures. Never miss an opportunity to advertise the stream. Estimated time of arrival. So that's the only thing we don't yet know. Yeah, we gotta be. They want it 30 minutes prior, but you have to do it somewhere between 10 and 45 minutes prior. But 30 minutes prior is where they want it. So let's just leave this up, and we'll fill in the ETA once we know it. So we'll go back to the legs page, and then over here we can probably do the progress page. Oh, there we know it, 1432. So it's 1 hour away, literally 59 minutes away. Assuming. Yeah, okay, our time is correct.
Air Canada 24, Montana Center, welcome aboard, sir.
Alright, very good. So basically the top of the hour we'll have to go ahead and do that oceanic entry request. I think it is probably safe now finally to close this EDC tab. Alright. Target rich environment here, guys. Yeah, so we can go to the fixed page, we can take that away. We can actually put that back to the destination airport, LOWW. And we'll put our so there's 1430. Now that might decrease slightly as we come up to speed, but we'll see. What it'll probably give us a better ETA, a sooner ETA. How many cross the pond daily like this in real life, WinTech? Yeah, I have no idea, honestly. I mean, 1,300 probably rivals. Yeah, I was gonna say probably rivals the real world.
I'll consider Gemini 9093 with you, flight level 370.
German Cargo 9093, Moncton Center. Good morning, sir. Welcome aboard.
Moncton Center, 1658 with you, passengers 22.5 for flight level 280.
Walker 1658, Moncton Center. Good
I'm going to change this. So our original clearance had us at 360. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just request 350. That way we won't have to change.
Going to need you to climb flight level 360. Longship 1, to copy.
There's a Mach 8.3, but we're pretty close to our cruise speed. It's still saying 1431. So let's just see how it shakes out once we get up to our cruise altitude. And remember, they don't want us to put this in any earlier than 45 minutes out. And and we're just under an hour out at this point. Anyway, guys, now that I have a moment, everything seems to have, again, knock on wood, gone smoothly so far for our departure out of Halifax. Each day, since Rob Valkyrie, over 2,000 aircraft traveled across the ocean bound for North America or Europe on the North America Organized Track System. So that's 1,000 each way, right? Yeah, I was going to say, it's pretty close to real-world numbers here. Captain Rich is here with the resubscription. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Appreciate that support of the channel. And I was just going to start to say, guys, now that we've got a moment to breathe and things seem to be going well, hopefully I'm not jinxing it. But the support of the stream is so appreciated, guys. The subscriptions and the gift subs and the cheer bits and the donations, truly appreciate it. Now, in terms of donations, I'm going to say if you feel like being generous to the stream, hold off on that, because November the 6th, we got something special coming up that I'm going to request that you hold your generosity until November 6th, and we'll come back to that topic in just a moment. But the continued support of the channel is so appreciated, especially if you're new to the channel. I'll let you know we've got 2 monthly raffles that we do every single month on this channel, and matter of fact, we're going to do our raffle drawing here in a little bit today. But every single month we run 2 raffles. Raffle number 1 is the one that you enter with those Twitch channel points, aka those alphabets points, right there at the bottom of the chat panel. As we are 1,000 to go. Right there at the bottom of the chat panel, you got the alphabets points, and the little button next to that tells you how many of those you have. And you got the option to cash in 1,000 at a time for 1 entry, or 5,000 at a time for 6 entries. That's how you enter the first raffle, and of course it's always beneficial to you to get that extra buying power, 6 for the price of 5. We are going to do our drawing here in just a little bit, so if you're not going to hit that 1,000 or 5,000 threshold today, don't worry about it. Just hold on to those points. We do this raffle every single month toward the end of each month. Raffle number 2 is our landing rate raffle. For today's drawing, we have all the entries we are going to receive already. The landing that we do in Vienna later today will be our first entry into our November landing rate raffle. But when we are established on the approach or in the pattern and any of our airports that we land at on this stream, we'll get your solicitations for predicted vertical descent rate upon touchdown, and whoever is closest gets an automatic entry into that second raffle, that landing rate raffle. Toward the end of each month, and for the month of October, it will be today. But toward the end of each month, we do that drawing. We pull one name out of each of the 2 fish bowls, one out of the landing rate fish bowl, and one out of the Alphabet's Points fish bowl. And each of the 2 winners gets their independent free choice of any one of our Slant Alpha prize vault items, which is our branded merch items, our t-shirt, our ball cap, mouse pad, coffee mug, or tote bag, or if you don't win any of that garbage, you can elect for a gift card either to Amazon.com or the xplane.org store or to sinmarket.com. We then reset all the entries and we start collecting them in for the month after. So that way you guys that are new to the stream, you always have a fair shot at getting a winning entry in, because you're only ever up against the folks that have entered since the last time we did it. And it's the money that comes in from the gift subs and the subscriptions and the cheer bits and the donations that fund this raffle every single month. This stream is not something that I do for any kind of a living. It is something that I do for fun. The money that comes in, I try to give right back to you guys in terms of those monthly drawings and other special giveaways. We've reached our cruise. Let me give a brief passenger announcement here. Greetings from the flight deck with an update. We did get airborne just about 5 minutes after our scheduled time, but more or less on-time departure today. We did get above the cloud layers in short order, as I predicted, and we're in nice smooth air for hopefully the remainder of the flight. We will do another weather update for you once we start our descent into our destination today. We have turned off the fasten seatbelt signs. The cabin crew is going to come around with a fine selection of Red Bull products and Vienna sausages. So do sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. And we will talk to you again when we start our descent. Thanks again for flying with us today on American Airlines. It's the Kuro mod 787. 787-8 variant.
1283, Moncton Center, good morning, sir. You can continue climb flight level 330.
Uniform 330, unit 1233.
There we are. So Point Muzak is just over 320 miles away, and it does say now we settled into Mach 0.83, basically, flight level 350, and it's now saying 1432 is our 1431. I think what do we get, 5 minutes either way, 3 minutes either way, I forget. It is still, we don't want to put that in any earlier than 45 minutes out, but we can do that here in the next couple minutes and get that knocked out of the way, and that way we will not forget. VATSIM.net is here. VATSIM.net, welcome. Appreciate you stopping in. We are flying our favorite, what we call VATSIM Christmas. The beautiful thing about VATSIM Christmas is it comes twice a year. But it is the Across the Pond event, and we appreciate you dropping by to say hello. This is the madness that we are a part of today. We're this one up here.
I'm going to step away for 2 minutes. Be right back.
Not acceptable. We are this one up here. We got some other friends flying in the event today that are highlighted as well. A friend Cross Hyperu. I know that Mustafa is one of these. Probably 757 Spy departing at some point. But yeah, this is just amazing, guys. So these are the departures from Brazil, Bogota, Colombia. They've already kind of launched all theirs. They're already on their way. These were the Caribbean departures. Looks like they are pretty much launched and rolling. This is all the departures out of Orlando. Still got 20 on the ground there. Atlanta. We had New York. Still 83 on the ground at New York. Still 46 on the ground at Boston. We had Toronto was one of the event airports. Look at that. Winnipeg. Looks like they've got most of theirs up and airborne at this point. And how did Halifax do? So we got pretty efficient service out of Halifax. So they got 21 on the ground yet to go there. So we were maybe one of the earlier waves coming out of Halifax. But yeah, man, progressing. And like I said, knock on wood, this is one of the smoother ones as far as my performance. Good make any egregious errors. Man, if you look back at the one I departed out of Dublin in the spring, it was just an absolute mess. All right, well, as we mentioned, guys, it is our drawing day. Toward the end of every single month, we do those 2 drawings, and I'll recap again. The Alphabets Points drawing is the one that you enter with those Alphabets Points, those Twitch channel points there. The bottom of the chat panel, 1,000 points for 1 entry, 5,000 points for 6 entries. And it looks like I do owe a few of you some tickets, and we got them here. These are the ones that were already in the system leading into today. I still got to rip them up, put them in the fishbowl. That's our Alphabets Points raffle as it stands. I know I owe Captain Rich, Kilnavak, and A320 Simmer some tickets right now. These are our landing rate raffle tickets. We'll go ahead and separate those up and put them in the fishbowl here, and we'll do that drawing in just a bit. I got the 2 fishbowls here. Again, everything on this channel we do analog and old school. Obviously today's a little bit of an anomaly as far as the flying goes, but
Lufthansa 417, contact center 132.3.
Here's the fishbowls.
Send on 132.3 for Lufthansa 417.
But yeah, for the most part, everything on this channel we do analog and old school. The Kuro mod of the 787 is one of the exceptions. But for those of you new to the stream, mostly what we do here is general aviation flying, and the code SLANT Alpha refers to that's the FAA equipment navigation code. Navigation equipment code, I guess I should say. And that code refers to navigating through that old school radio-based analog style of navigation that you would have done prior to the advent of these fancy gadgets that you see here before you, like a flight management computer or an inertial nav system or a GPS. Just that VOR radial tracking and NDB Airways bearing Airways occasionally, but mostly that VOR radial tracking with the analog DME that you have to manually manage the transition from one leg to another all along your route. It's a much busier type of navigation, but again, would have been done prior to the advent of those fancy schmancy electronic gadgets that make life so easy for you because you just glance down and you instantly know where you are. Man, you guys have it easy. But that's what SLANT Alpha means. We mostly do that old school navigation style in general aviation. We occasionally do it in the BAE 146 from Just Flight, a regional airliner, a vintage regional airliner that you would have navigated conventionally that old way. We fly the Cessna 152, the VATSIM mod of the Cessna 152. We do fly that A2A Simulations Piper Comanche. We love that Comanche. And then we do, like I said, we do occasionally break that SLANT Alpha mold. We'll fly one of our Boeing airliners, either the PMDG 737 or this Kuro 787.
If you disconnect, get down to
Or
370 and join me back, then we can do that.
often we'll go ahead and pick up that Citation CJ4 as well.
Lufthansa 417, you still with me?
All right, guys, let's take a peek here. Looks like the ETA is settled in, right? We'll say 1430. It's been fluctuating between 1430 and 1432. So let's just go ahead and put 1431 as our estimate, and that is just about 40 minutes away. We'll call it 42 minutes away. The maximum allowable is 45 minutes away. Those are the guys that I owe the raffle tickets to. So 45 minutes is the maximum, but we're within that now, so we'll go ahead and everything else there is correct. It's American 514 Heavy. Destination is Vienna, LOWW. Requesting 350, that's where we are now. Our original oceanic clearance said 360, so that's what we're likely to receive, but we can take really anywhere between 350 and 390. 083 is our requested Mach speed. This is the track that we are on. It is a fictional nat track, but it is a nat track that is custom created for this event. And Muzak is the entry point. Adara is the exit point. Entry fix again is Muzak. That's not a coincidence. 1431 is what our FMC is saying. 301 is the current date. That's we are the 301st day of the year. If you ever needed to know, it's right here at the top of the page. You can just copy it from there. And then free text, like I said, we're always going to take an opportunity to advertise the stream. We are going to allow notifications, and we're going to set that off to the side, and we'll see.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, it does say request message was sent. We have not received any messages. If you don't receive calls within 10 minutes, requesting contact the controller. So we've got plenty. Oh, never mind. We got it. 350. Okay, so we're just going to maintain our current Mach 83. So we're going to maintain our current. That's good. This is the track that we were given. I'm going to go ahead and verify these points here. I mean, it's what we originally filed, and it is the track, and I'm just going to take one last double check and make sure that I've entered all these correctly.
United 11, same for you, center 132.3, good day.
And especially, and really honestly, like the other thing that can happen is, I mean, heaven forbid you filed something incorrectly, and this is different than what you originally had down. This is what you got to go by. This is now what our clearance has said to do. Regardless of anything that's happened before, it probably matches up. Nothing is probably changed. But just in case, this is now what we are officially cleared to do. So let's just double check that all those are in the FMC with the correct coordinates in the correct order. So the first one we said there was 49 and 50. So that's 49.50. Next one is 50.40, 50.40. 51.30, 51.30, and then 51.20, 51.20, and then Adara is the next one out. Okay, very good. Everything is still looking good here, guys. Our ETA is drifted down. It might say what the tolerance is.
Center, very good day to you. Delta 155, heavy available speed 30.
I think anecdotally, I just remember the variance being like 2 or 3 minutes or something like that. I think it's more than 3 minutes. That's when you need to.
Yes, it's
when you need to re-clear or contact the controller. All right, so 350 is what we're cleared at. We'll just stick with it. Mach 83 is what we're cleared at. We'll just stick with it. It looks like we're a little bit slow. 825, we can. Oh, here's our ETA up here also. Well, I'll tell you what, let's do this, guys. Let's intervene the, whoops, how do we do this? Intervene the speed, and I'm going to knock it down just a little bit. And then we'll have to go back to 83 once we get in, but I'm going to slow this down, slow us down just a touch, and push that back up to 1431, which is what we were cleared to enter it on. Yes, and same thing applies. Like if you make a radical speed adjustment to make that ETA, you got to let the controller know, because they're managing that in-trail spacing ahead of you and behind you. So if we did any bigger of a speed adjustment, I would let them know. Okay, we're back up to 1430 and change, or 1430 even, and then when it gets back up to 1431, we'll knock it back up to 82. So we'll just manage. We'll manage to that cleared ETA right there. Anyway, so we were talking about our monthly raffles. Raffle number 1, our Alphabets Points raffle. Raffle number 2, our landing rate raffle. Okay, so going back to that topic, we've got 2 of you that need a hold, and today's the day that I got to put it in the system and
Delta 350
in the actual
flight level 390.
Interestingly, just for curiosity's sake, I wrote out all the ones that were put in prior to today in black ink. We're going to write out the ones that are added today in blue ink. That way we'll be able to tell. Did somebody enter the raffle today that then won it?
Logan Center, hello.
Today is the day that we have to
227 for 280.
Alpaca 2 Tango Lima, Moncton Center. Good morning, sir.
Put it into the system and the fishbowl. And really, honestly, it only really matters that I put them in the fishbowl as far as who wins. But I do keep track of how many entries per month we have, just for curiosity's sake. And for those of you who want to check via the exclamation point ticks command, you'll be able to tell how many entries you have in. Okay, so those have been added to the system. Those have been added to the file.
Mountain Center Walker 60 today, request higher for flight level 30.
How are you? Welcome. I don't know where you are exactly today, Kilnavak, but I probably flew right over you.
1658, you looking for flight level 330?
Affirm.
Locker 1658, flight level 330, approved.
330, 1658.
Alright, Kilnavak, yours are done.
Morning, Sender. Good morning to you, American 120, level 3704, inbound Alex.
American 120, Mountain Center, good morning, sir, welcome aboard.
And I got a...
Good morning, FedEx 291 Heavy Flight Level 350.
FedEx 2911, Moncton Center, good morning, sir, welcome aboard. November 737, Mike, center now, 132.3, good day.
In tank. That's partial set. We got the sheet 6 set aside.
132.3, good day.
132.3, Walker 3450.
Air France 2901 Romeo, center 132.3, good day.
We're just sorry about that. 6058, we're just going to say flight level 310 for now.
Okay, those are done.
Roger 1658, roger that, sir. Air France 2901 Romeo, copy.
Can you repeat Air France 2901 Romeo, sorry?
Air France 2901 Romeo, we're going to be contacting center 132.3, good day.
132.3, Air France 2901 Romeo.
All right, guys, so I think what we'll do is we'll stick with you for the next half an hour. We'll do the drawing between now and...
24, contact center 132.3, good day.
We'll set the cutoff for entering the Alphabets Points raffle at quarter after the hour.
Copy.
So let's do last call for the Alphabets Points raffle is 10:15 Eastern time. And again, recapping for those of you who might be new to the frequency, I have to listen out for my call sign here as well.
346, contact center 132.3, good day.
Switching a bunch of folks over.
132.3, Tower 256, thank you, bye.
But again, if you're new to the channel, the pertinent information that you need is our monthly ongoing raffles that we do, with two raffles that we do every single month on this channel. Raffle number 1 is the pertinent one. That's the one that you enter with the Twitch channel points there at the bottom of the chat panel. We affectionately refer to them as Alphabets Points. You got a little button next to that alphabet serial icon that allows you to cash in 1,000 at a time for 1 entry, 5,000 at a time for 6 entries. So you do get 6 for the price of 5. Oh man, our ETA is still sliding downward.
Okay, Combo 2415, you're showing up as non-event, but we'll get you up to climb flight level 350.
Okay, yes, December 1335 flight out of Halifax, so on the dashboard confirmed, on longitude 15.
So raffle number 1, yeah, the Alphabets Points, 1,000 for 1 entry, 5,000 for 6 entries. It's always to your advantage to cash in 5,000 at once. You get 6 for the price of 5. But 1,000 at a time is certainly acceptable, and especially if you don't think you're going to hit 5,000 by the last call, which is 15 minutes from now, then please feel free to chunk in a...
American 514, in contact the center 132.3, good day.
All right, 32.3, American 514, we'll see you.
American 120, radio check.
American 120, Moncton Center 5x5, sir.
Can the center, good morning, Tower 346, flight level 350.
Guys, 346, Gander Center, hello.
Gander Center, American 514, heavy, level 350.
American 514, hold 350, 1 4.
132.3, Tower 256, flight level 350. 132.3, Gander Center, American 514, heavy, level 350.
514, hold 350, 1 4.
514,
Elephant, hello, speedbird 220 with the flight level 350.
Anyway, so yeah, last call for the raffle, quarter after the hour, so just about 15 minutes from now. 1,000 points for one entry, 5,000 points for 6 entries. 6 is the price of 5 is your better bargain, but the last call, 15 minutes from now, you might not hit that. That's fine. If you don't hit the 5,000 or even the 1,000, don't worry. Hold on to those entries. We always do these every single month. Do them toward the end of each month, and today on Cross the Pond Day, we're just going to happen to do our October raffle drawings. We were talking a couple of those to put in for the BK line. The BK line, welcome to the stream. And again, I got to put them in the system just for tracking purposes, but more important thing is to literally put them into the fishbowl, which I will do here in just a moment, but certainly have those written out for you so you're all set. And show those as complete.
Lufthansa 6 November Whiskey, call Gander Radio 131.87.
BK line, there you go.
131.87 for today.
Speedbird 1180, call Gander Radio 131.87.
131.87, Speedbird 180.
Lufthansa 8954, call Gander Radio 131.7, yeah.
131.7, Delta 8954.
Scandinavian 19er, call Gander Radio 131.7, yeah.
131.7 for Scandinavian 19er, yeah.
Alright, first I'm listening out for my call sign. But yeah, we'll cut the drawings off.
Call Gander Radio 131.875.
We'll cut the drawings off at
131.875.
quarter after.
Part 2.
We'll go ahead and separate all the tickets.
Call Gander Radio 131.875.
Get them into the fishbowl, which I'm currently doing with the landing rate raffle tickets. Obviously, there's no more landing rate raffle entries coming in for the month of October. The landing that we do today, this evening's stream, or afternoon's stream, I suppose. That'll be the first entry into our November drawing. I said a little bit ago that I was going to come back to, and the raffles, by the way, funded by your generous support of the channel. The gift subs, the subscriptions and the gift subs and the cheer bits. And the
484 off board.
I had said a little bit ago that I was hoping that you guys would hold off on any donations to the stream today, because what I'm more keen to have you do, if you got money burning a hole in your pocket that you want to send my way, is to hold on to it until Monday, November the 6th. That's
November 650,
just 9 days from now.
131.7.
The other big annual event that VATSIM does that we always try to participate in when we can is called World Flight. World Flight is a week-long non-stop flight. And when I say non-stop, it is divided into about, between 40 and 50 legs. Actually, we can show you, huh? World Flight. VATSIM charity event that's done every single year in early November. And here's the route map for 2023. They're doing one thing that they have never done. They're doing a stop in Antarctica. But it's a round-the-world trip that they've split up into 48 legs. It starts and ends in Sydney. They're going eastbound this year, I guess, is what it looks like. And so this is the trip. It's a week-long event. The official teams, there's about 12 of. The official teams are all going to be live streaming the entire week from full-scale airline cockpit replicas that they fly on the VATSIM network. And they do, like I said, it's a week non-stop, but they have multiple. Each of the teams has multiple crews that they rotate, so it's not one guy or two guys flying for 168 hours. They do rotate the crews for each, but each of the cockpits themselves are handed from crew to crew, and it's basically a non-stop thing. 48 consecutive legs in this specific case, but always between 40 and 50 legs. It is a charity event, so each of the official teams has their live stream, and they collect for the charity of their choice. And many of them collect thousands of dollars, sometimes over $10,000 for charities of their choice. We this year are going to be flying along a 12-hour marathon stream on Monday, November the 6th, and it's just the 3 legs that come through North America. We're going to pick up in Houston, we're going to fly to Atlanta, and then Boston and Winnipeg. So we'll be flying this little portion here on Monday, November the 6th, along with the World Flight team. And by the way, many pilots, dozens of pilots, tag along on each of these legs. Not many do the entire week along with the official teams, because not everyone has multiple crew members at home to rotate with, but many tag along for a handful of legs here and there throughout the week. So we'll be one in a long conga line that'll be doing these 3 trips, and a lot of times there's delays and such. It's a hectic day, but we're going to do a 12-hour stream on Monday, November the 6th, where we're flying these 3 legs up here. In the spirit of the charity, we are collecting during that 12-hour stream. We are doing our own charitable collection that day. We're going to do it in Comanche, says Casper. Yeah, Casper, yeah. It'll be World Flight, it'll be a month-long event rather than a week-long event.
G'day, Jet 511.
But at any rate, we're going to do a collection for our own charity that day. We are collecting for the Animal Allies Rescue Foundation. They call it ARF. The Animal Allies Rescue Foundation of the Greater Baltimore, Maryland region. And they are the rescue organization that sent us 2 of our 3 furry co-pilot crew members. So we're very grateful to them. We try to support them as best as we can, when we can.
Not yet.
And so that's the charity that we're choosing to support this year with our mini World Flight stream, our 12-hour marathon on November the 6th. So I hope that if you were considering sending some money our way, we truly appreciate it. And again, I don't do this for a living. This is just something that I do for entertainment. Most of the money that comes into the stream funds the giveaways and such that we do. We are going to do giveaways that day. We're going to be giving away a bunch of gift cards for each of our 3 landings that we performed that day, so those won't be included in our regular monthly raffle. We're just going to do special giveaways associated with those, specifically with those landings. So we'll have all kinds of fun stuff to give away that day. But we're definitely going to do our best to support with that stream the Animal Allies Rescue Foundation, which they call ARF. We keep hitting this fantastic tailwind here, guys.
Jet 1 Tango Mike, call Gander Radio now 131.7.
Our ETA has dropped. We're now 3 minutes earlier than what we got cleared.
I'll do this all for you. Spin Air.
Hello, 0801 Heavy, level 370.
That's your aircraft calling, welcome aboard.
Canada 10, every day, Austrian 87,
430 inbound to OMSA.
Austrian 87, level 370, welcome aboard. Break, Virgin 137, level 430, welcome aboard.
Just about 5 more minutes.
24, Mark Unicom 122.8.
5 more minutes, guys, for the raffle drawing.
Wants to dissimulate there, Canada.
And again, that's the Alphabets raffle drawing that we are going to do for the month of October. And if you don't have enough points, don't worry, as we do it every single month. Just hold on to those points. Hopefully, you guys will come back and see us again. And we do these drawings every single month. Go ahead and start separating these tickets and getting them into the fishbowl. But we will, for another 5 or so minutes, we will take entries into our October Alphabets drawing. The way that you enter that is by virtue of the Twitch channel points at the bottom of the chat panel there, the Alphabets points, as we call them. We've got that Alphabets serial icon. You can cash in 1,000 of those for 1 entry. 5,000 of those gets you 6 for the price of 5. So you do get better buying power if you save up. But if you don't have the 5,000, you've got more than 1,000. You can cash in as many of those as you would like. You can cash in as many as you got enough points.
739er, call Gander Radio 131.7.
131.7, Delta 739 Heavy.
Malibu Niner 515, call Gander Radio 131.7.
But yep, 1,000 points for 1 entry, 5,000 points for 6 entries. We're going to draw that, we're going to draw both of our raffle winners here in just about 5 minutes. And each of the winners gets their choice of any one of our branded stream merch items, so our Slant Alpha Adventures t-shirt, ball cap, mouse pad, coffee mug, or tote bag.
You can just send us requested.
If you don't want any of that, you are also free to choose a electronic gift card to Amazon.com or the Xplane.org store or to SynMarket.com. So there should be something there palatable for just about everyone. And we will see. We got, like I said, 2 drawings to do. Raffle number 1, our Alphabets raffle, the one that we just were telling you about. Raffle number 2 is our landing rate raffle. We get an entry for that every time we perform a landing on the stream, when we get your predictions as to the descent rate upon touchdown, and whoever gets closest above or below the actual gets an entry into that landing rate raffle.
Flight level 370.
But obviously, obviously we're done collecting those entries.
Vienna Center, Lufthansa 143, flight level 390.
So it's a 143, welcome aboard. Sorry, that message over text wasn't for you.
We will be performing a landing at the end of today's event, obviously, but that'll be the first entry into our November drawing.
At the break of morning, Virgin 92, happy with you.
Just about 3 more minutes, guys, if you want to get those entries in through the Alphabet Points raffle. At the bottom of the chat panel, next to the Alphabet serial icon, we have a button that allows you to cash in 1,000 for 1 entry or 5,000 for 6 entries.
Virgin 1 Tango X-ray.
Getting those as, I'm getting those separated and into the fishbowl as we speak, but you are more than welcome at this point to go ahead and throw another raffle entry in. If you have enough points to do it, we'll take those entries for 3 more minutes.
Gander Eternal 7 on the Tango area, best 5 minutes out of cockpit, please.
Cockpit approved, we're back.
Report back, thank you. Eternal 7 on the Tango area.
Center American 514 Heavy with a request.
American 514, stand by. Version 1909er, call Gander Radio 131.87.
Confirm 131.87 for version 1909.
Correct. Break, Speedbird 20 uniform, call Gander Radio 131.87.
We're now 4 minutes ahead. I don't feel comfortable slowing down anymore without talking to the controller.
American 514, pass request.
Yes, sir. We're about 4 minutes ahead of our ETA to our oceanic entry to the tailwind. Should we slow down, or should we re-clear into Gander with the new ETA, or what should we do?
4 minutes is within the limit, so you're fine.
Roger, what is it, +5?
I think it's +10.
Oh, okay, that'll work.
But honestly, at this point, if you're in the right spot roughly, you should be fine.
All right, sounds good. We'll keep on that. Thank you.
7911 heavy.
I always thought it was plus or minus 3 minutes at your oceanic waypoints.
7911 heavy.
11 heavy top message.
But figured I'd ask.
Do we have radar contact? We got to disconnect and reconnect real quick. And I was just wondering if you can use the level 350.
Yeah, I've got that, and I see ya.
Roger, thank you.
Hello, the 419 heavy 370 inbound LV.
Sorry, 8102, Mark Unicom 122.8. Lufthansa 417, contact Gander Radio 131.7.
131.7 for Lufthansa 470.
Virgin 1 Tango X-ray, contact Gander Radio 131.875.
131.875 for Virgin 1 Tango X-ray. Thank you, bye.
All right, friends.
All
right, 10:15, guys. Last call. If you got 1,000 points, switch channel points, you want to cash in for your entry into this Alphabets points raffle, this is your last call now. Again, at the bottom of the chat panel, the Alphabet serial icon, the button next to that tells you how many you have. You're free to cash in 1,000 at a time for 1 entry, 5,000 at a time for 6 entries. We're going to do that drawing here in just a moment, and the winning ticket entitles the bearer to any of our Slant Alpha merchandise items. I will ship to you at my cost.
350, flight level
Slant Alpha merchandise items include our T-shirt, ball cap, mouse pad, coffee mug, or tote bag. If you don't want any of that garbage, entitled to choose as your prize an electronic gift card to Amazon.com or the X-Plane or to simmarkets.com. Now showing 10:16 Eastern Time, so I'm going to call that last call has passed. All entries are now closed for our October Alphabet Points raffle. Just going to finish up separating the last ones here. We've also got the
alternate 7, request 3 minutes off of clock.
that I'm throwing away. Don't get upset. I'm only throwing away the blank ones.
Alternate 7.
Alright, all entries are closed. If you got points and you didn't make it into this one, don't worry. You've got, we do this drawing every single month on the channel. By the way, if you're new to the stream, we typically broadcast for you Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 2300 Zulu time for now. It's about to change over to midnight Zulu time on the day ahead. But 2300 Zulu time is our normal start time. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Obviously, this is something special today. A little bit of an anomaly in a couple of ways. It's an anomaly to our streaming schedule, but it's also an anomaly to what we focus the channel on, which we focus on what Slant Alpha refers to as that old school radio-based analog style of navigation. So today we are in a modern airliner with a flight management computer and an inertial nav system, GPS, you know, all that fancy schmancy cheat mode gadgetry that you have to just glance down and instantly know where you are. We normally navigate the old school way with those VOR radials and at distance, and you can plot your location on a chart, and you have to manually manage the transition between each separate leg of your flight. So that's normally what we do here. We do a fair amount of VFR flying as well. We also do some VATSIM air traffic control, so you'll see how things go from the other side of the scope. That's, in fact, what we're going to be doing on our next show when we get back to our normal schedule on Monday nights. The full show schedule is available down below the About tab, and it's also over on our Discord server there. The Discord link is at the bottom right of your screen, and you can feel free to jump in on that community and check out that full show schedule. A bunch of other channel information there, and a great community of aviation enthusiasts over there. All right, friends, so that's going to wrap up the entries. Let's go ahead and do our two drawings here, all right? Our Alphabets Points drawing will be first.
Alternate 7, second cockpit.
Alright. We'll give this a good thorough stir because we don't give any advantage to those that enter sooner and later. Not looking at all of this. It's a nice thorough stir. And closing my eyes, in fact, and I'm pulling a name out, separating all the tickets. I have one ticket out. And it's face down. I have not looked at it. Oh, cool. This is somebody who's been I won't say long-time viewer, medium-term viewer. Somebody who's been with the stream for many, many months at this point, but I don't think has won anything up until today. I wonder if I can pull this list up.
Flying 185, welcome aboard.
Yes, let me see. Has this person won something before? It doesn't look like it. This is a first-time winner, but somebody who's been with the stream for a number of months now.
Call again to radio
So,
131.875.
always kind of hoping to see this name come up. But congratulations to our October Alphabets Points winner, and I think I might have even seen you in the chat already today, but I'm not 100% certain about that. But we'll, of course, get the message to you one way or the other. But our October winner for our Alphabets Points raffle is M. Stein. M. Stein, you might have to take my word for it. That is what that ticket says there. But M. Stein is our October Alphabets Points winner. M. Stein, we'll get in touch with you, find out what your chosen prize is. I believe, though, that you are a first-time winner on the stream. So, congratulations, M. Stein. Let's do one more drawing. One more drawing. We're going to choose our landing rate raffle winner. Again, this is the one that you enter every time we perform a landing on the stream. And whoever's closest prediction to the descent rate upon touchdown is the one who wins that. M. Stein is a great guy, Winnipeg says. Yes, indeed. I agree with you on that. All right, let's go ahead and pull our landing rate raffle winner now. Indeed, well deserved. Like I said, been a viewer of the stream for quite some time, many months at this point. Not quite as long term as some of our long term guys, but many months for sure.
American 514, call again to radio 131.75, yeah.
All right, 31.875, American 514 Heavy. We'll see. I guess I get to build up the suspense just a little bit longer.
Good day, Lufthansa 30 Tango, flight level 350.
875.
Lufthansa 30 Tango, welcome aboard. Break,
Put that in there, and swap it over.
What is your next waypoint, please? Estimate north 50, Lufthansa 214, say again, please.
And this, by the way, is not our cell count today. This is just what the plane defaulted to. Our cell count is Alpha Echo Foxtrot Mike. Checking with Gander here in just a few moments. By the way, I'm going to uninhibit the speed. It should take us back to 822. There we go. All right, while we're waiting to get a word in edgewise. Oh, here's another one that's pretty well deserved. Actually, a friend of mine from ZDC. I'm probably going to see them, see this person in a few weeks at our ZDC live event. But I can probably save myself the shipping costs. And I don't know if this person is watching, but this person is, Fizdo is watching. So I don't know if Fizdo is watching, but he is our winner of the landing rate raffle for the month of October for our arrival into Nashville back at the beginning of the month on October the 4th, our arrival into Nashville. So M. Stein and Fizdo is watching, our two winners for the month of October. And looks like both of those are first-time winners if my list is up to date, so there you go. All right, congratulations, guys. Be in touch with both of you real soon. I'll get your prize ordered that and taken care of. I guess Fizdo is watching. I typically see Fizdo's watching at the GDC live event, so that might save me some shit. Congrats, Einstein and Fizdo is watching, our 2 October winners. Alright, so let's go ahead and get checked in with Gander. And we'll do our cell count check, and then I think we'll probably take a break from the stream as we start our oceanic portion here. Going to get not too much going on in the aircraft at that point. I will continue to monitor fuel consumption.
American 2408, you're with the wrong controller. Contact Gander radio frequency 131.7. American 2408, did you copy?
Yeah, waiting for them to read that back. Gander Radio, American 514 Heavy is over top of Muzak at 14240. Zulu. Requesting cell count check on Alpha Echo Foxtrot Mike.
American 514, stand by. Lufthansa 214, I have your flight plan now. Report your MAC number and flight level. Lufthansa 214, thanks. Maintain flight level 350, MAX decimal 85. Stand by, cell code check. Charlie Golf, Bravo. Lufthansa 214, thanks. Maintain the cell code. Lufthansa 4 Tango Bravo, Gander Radio. Lufthansa 4 Tango Bravo, go ahead. Lufthansa 4 Tango Bravo, report your MAC number. Fox decimal 82, the 74 Tango Bravo.
Lufthansa 4 Tango Bravo, roger, thanks. Maintain Mac decimal 82, flight level 330, standby, Selco check, Echo Mike, Hotel, Quebec.
He is really hard to hear.
Selco received Lufthansa 4 Tango Bravo and will request 10 minutes out of cockpit, please.
Yep, under Selco, you can do what you like as long as you come back when you hear it ping. Lufthansa 5 Papa Mike, hello, stand by.
Lufthansa 45, just confirm, will we get the messages via cell card?
Lufthansa 405, you're still in the queue for cell cow check, so for currently you are.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's got a cue. He just said for cell cow check. So.
Lufthansa 401, climb now, flight level 380, report your Mac number.
380,
Are we there yet? Melvin, how are you, man? Grab some ball bearings up.
I'm going to
and
need
let's
some
get this show on
pliers
the road.
and a set of 30-weight ball bearings.
What the hell you need ball bearings for?
It's all ball bearings nowadays.
Lufthansa 401, standby, Selco check, Golf, Hotel, Charlie, Sierra.
There's our Dreamliner. Making our way across the pond, guys. I'm just checked in with Gander, and I am in a queue for our cell cow check. But we have made our way east of the easternmost land point here in Canada. Now starting our oceanic crossing. So once we get back here, once we hear back on our cell cow check, I will go ahead and see if we can find somebody else to send you over to, who was also flying the event today. 757 Spy, Cross Hyperroom, Mustafa. Got a bunch of good candidates today. Stu 222.
Virgin 137, hello, standby.
I haven't rated Stu in a while. Probably do that. Oh, he's flying the Dreamliner as well.
Delta 469, for now, maintain flight level 390. Lufthansa 401, hello, Canada, Selco check. Flight level 370, request Selco check on Alpha Papa, Delta Ticket. KLM 20 Charlie, roger.
Oh, I'm going to send you over to Cross Hyperroom. He's in a departure queue getting out of Kennedy. Just getting airborne over there.
401, roger. I will send it again on Golf, Hotel, Charlie, Sierra. Lufthansa 401, did you receive the check?
Negative,
Yep, probably did not log in with the code Golf, Hotel, Charlie, Sierra.
we'll double check that now.
Virgin 690, Gander Radio, just confirm your MAC number, please.
Mac 185, Virgin 690.
Virgin 690, thanks, maintain MAC decimal 85, flight level 370, standby, Selco check, Echo Hotel, Lima, Quebec.
The suspense is killing me.
Virgin 690, roger, maintain the Selco, what do you want this frequency?
Okay, Virgin 690.
Virgin 1 Tango X-ray Gander Radio, report your MAC number, please.
Yeah, he's churning through everybody that's checked in. I assume he's gotten me in the queue, and he'll get to me.
Virgin 1 Tango X-ray, thanks, maintain MAC decimal 80, flight level 370, Selco check coming on Bravo, Foxtrot, Charlie, Delta. Gander Radio, Delta 145, request to step away for 5 minutes.
Copy that, Delta 145. Virgin 1 Tango X-ray.
Virgin 1 Tango X-ray, I received the SoCal.
Virgin 1 Tango X-ray, thanks. Maintain the SoCal watch on this frequency.
Canada Radio 07 Eastbound, Quebec, Sacramento 3700.
Austria 87, hello, stand by. Lufthansa 405.
Lufthansa 405, go ahead.
Lufthansa 405, confirm your flight level, MAC number, and SoCal code.
I think 405 was the one that checked in right before me, I believe.
Lufthansa 405, flight level C70, Mach number 0.82, and SoCal.
Ross Hyper is lining up on the runway for his departure out of Kennedy.
Roger, Delta 405, maintain MAC decimal 82, flight level 370, stand by for a SoCal check on Echo Sierra Delta Juliet.
Lufthansa 405, we will maintain present flight level and present number, and we will wait for SoCal.
Legend 101 Yankee, you are very, very, very faint even on an HS, so try calling me back in 5 minutes. Lufthansa 405, did you receive the SoCal alert?
Lufthansa 405, SoCal alert is received.
Lufthansa 405, roger, then you can maintain a SoCal watch on this frequency.
Maintaining SoCal watch on this frequency, Lufthansa 405, appreciated.
Lufthansa 401, I'll try again on Golf Hotel Charlie Sierra now.
Alright, Cross is just about taking off, guys.
Lufthansa 401, roger, then you can maintain a SoCal watch on this frequency.
SoCal watch.
And KLM 6 for Zulu Gander radio.
See if I can pick out is he talking to people ahead of me or behind me?
KLM 642, confirm your current flight level and MAC number, please.
If 401 or 405 were just ahead of me. So he should be coming up to me fairly soon here. Let's see this. Let's see this KLM he's talking to. 660 down here, was it that? No, I don't see that one. But I know we just did these two, so it should be coming up on me next.
Virgin 1 Papa Delta, hello, Gander Radio, stand by. Viva 36 Hotel, report your MAC number. Mark decimal 85, Viva 36 Hotel, roger, maintain MAC decimal 85, flight number 3.
Yeah, I see 36 Hotel down here is ahead of me.
Fox Sierra, Charlie Delta.
So yeah, they're having trouble keeping up doing all the SoCal checks.
Viva 36 Hotel, thank you, maintain the SoCal watch on this frequency.
We should be coming up real soon though.
Gander Radio, Legend 101 Yankee, flight 390. SoCal check please, Echo, Quebec, Bravo, Mike, and Chandler Quebec.
Legend 101 Yankee, thanks, you are number 10 on the list, so I'll come back. Alpaca 96 Whiskey Yankee, contact Gander Radio 131.975.
Okay, so he's shipping off the aircraft at the front of the queue now to the next frequency. Cross Hyper route is airborne now. He is flying an Airbus of some sort, it appears.
Virgin 92, hello, stand by. American 112, Gander radio.
Couldn't hear that, but I think it's American something something too.
Express 182, say again, please. Yeah, I'll pass the message. For the Spark, 131.975.
83 was what we were cleared.
Gander radio, Delta 36 Heavy, Stockholm, check. Delta 36, hello, stand by. United 151, Gander radio.
Added 151 and 11.
Alpaca 3 radio, hello, Gander radio. 511. Block. Okay, who's talking over me? United 151, contact Gander 131975. Contact 131,
So he's talking to
Alpaca 32, Charlie Papa.
folks at the front of his queue, I suppose.
Gander 131975. 131975, Alpaca 32, Charlie Papa, next 865. Delta 145, Gander. Delta 145. Contact Gander radio 131.975. 131.975, Delta 145, see you later. Delta radio. Two at once there. American 112, contact Gander radio, frequency 131.975.
Wait until he starts churning out a few more cell cal checks. He's shifting back and forth. He's doing a few cell cal checks, and then a few handoffs, and then a few check-ins, and then cell cal checks, handoffs, check-ins. He's kind of keeping his flow.
Beaver 20 uniform Gander.
A few at a time there.
Beaver 20 uniform, confirm your MAC number. Beaver 20 uniform, roger, maintain flight number 400, MAC decimal.
I haven't heard him call anybody behind me yet, so I don't think I've missed my cue.
Thank you, maintain a cell count watch on this frequency. KLM 648, Gander radio, report your MAC number. KLM 648. KLM 648, report your MAC number. We're MAC decimal 85, decimal 3, KLM 648, thank you, maintain the MAC decimal 85, flight level 390, standby cell count check, Hotel Sierra Alpha Juliet.
He's talking to a lot of folks. I can't see where they are.
KLM 648, thank you, maintain a cell count watch on this frequency. 3781, report your MAC number. 9.2.
Iowa Scotsman's here.
3781, roger. Maintain flight level 370, MAC decimal 82, standby, cell count check, Echo, Romeo, Kilo, Lima. Back. 37.
There's Walker 3781.
Cell count check,
Yeah, so he hasn't yet talked to anybody behind me.
3781, thank you, maintain a cell count watch on this frequency.
Some of the ones he's talked to, I haven't quite been able to figure out where they are, but Malcolm Foxtrot's here. Yeah, I'm this one here, American 514.
KLM 660, hello, roger. KLM 644 Alpha, you with me?
KLM 64 Alpha.
American 514 Gander Radio, confirm your Mach number, please.
American 514 Heavy, we're Mach 83, level 350.
American 514, roger, maintain Mach decimal 83, flight level 350, stand by, Southbound check, Alpha Echo, Foxtrot Mike.
American 514 Heavy, we have received it.
American 514, roger, you can maintain the cell count option this frequency.
Wilco, American 514 Heavy, thanks. All right, guys, that's done.
Virgin 137.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for our morning across the pond stream. Malcolm Foxtrot said, "How is the Kuro?" Yeah, it's been a dream so far. No pun intended, or pun maybe partially intended. The 787-8 Dreamliner Kuro mod, and there she is. As we make our way across the pond, guys. And so yeah, so far so good. Everything's going pretty smoothly. We've just gotten our cell cow, so we are able to kind of step away. So I'm going to take that opportunity to send you over to another of our friends flying in the event. The one that just most recently departed, as far as I could see. Let's pick on one other one here. Oh, I'll tell you, 757 Spy is just about to roll out of Boston. Let's get you over to his stream here, and hope that you'll enjoy checking out our friend 757 Spy as he makes his departure out of Boston and joins our event. So don't get a chance to raid him very often, so that's kind of a cool thing to do. Guys, sit tight, and we will be back. We will plan to check back in at about 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, just under 4 hours from now. Well, he's about to roll, like, imminently. So let's send you back over to 757 Spy. And, not hearing the music. Hold on one second, guys.
Gander Radio, good day.
There we are. I'll send you back over to our friend 757 Spy. We can watch his departure out of Boston. And check back in. I will update you on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I'll update you on our Facebook page. I'll update you on our Discord as to our check-in time, our return check-in time. I'm going to plan for 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, so 18:30 for our afternoon stream. That was what I originally charted out, and so far everything's going pretty much according to schedule. But if that departure, that reconnection time changes significantly, I will let you know via all of those venues. But for right now, we're going to send you over to 757 Spy. You can watch his departure out of Boston. Do tell him that Slant Alpha sends his love. He, of course, is pretty much my main inspiration for streaming. So you get a chance to check him out. And he is flying the 757, it looks like, maybe. No. What is he flying? Flying the A310 out of Boston for the event. Boston to Dusseldorf. So enjoy his departure, guys, and we'll see you back here about 2:30 p.m. And enjoy VATSIM Christmas, a.k.a. Cross the Pond 2023 Eastbound. We'll talk to you in a few hours. Tell 757 Spy that Slant Alpha sends his love, and we'll see you in a bit.